So this was what, day 5 of training camp, and it's been great. If people been doing an opener here? I'll do a little opener. Anyways, so practice has been competitive. I feel 20 years younger working with these young people, right? But practice has been competitive. Defense has been challenging everything. Offense, we're all sort of sharpening our skills, getting ready to go. If you believe a practice is like a game, there's times in there where the defense will make a play, then the offense makes a play, and then when the play doesn't go your way, how do you respond? And I really feel like, and again, I'm only really worried about one side of it. I really feel like we're coming together as a team, and it's a credit to the new players we brought in, the old players that were here, and their mindset going into this. So it's been fun. And if you sense my excitement, this has been fun for me, working with these young players. I got a new, fresh perspective. It's a more wide open style of ball, which is not as much as what I was used to at the pro level. And so, and we got a lot of really fine players, and it's fun to get them ready to go. So that's where I'm at.
Coach, with that, you're talking about these young guys rejuvenating. How much did those 4 games last year, calling plays, kind of was a springboard for you as an offensive coordinator going into this?
Yeah, I felt in a couple of those games we had a chance to win, but that last year was just kind of finishing up something that, I think Coach made the point, sometimes it's hard to cook in somebody else's kitchen, because you can't really change anything at that point. Your team is pretty set, but I don't know if that's a springboard. What I do know is we were able to kind of reset it the way we wanted to. The guys went out and got us some new players. We felt like we need to go get more quality big men, and then we install an offense that works for us. And so I feel like it's a new start moving forward. That's what it's like.
You mentioned kind of the brand new offensive line. Obviously, most of those guys were here in the spring. I mean, how much do you see that continuity carrying over from the 15 practices they were able to have? Most of those guys were able to have together in the spring to now, where they're kind of meshing all over.
Yeah, I think so, and that's constant, right, at every level. This is the 5th practice, and again, we're much better up front on defense. So you see, it's challenging for the guys up front, which is what you need. This is when you put the pads on and you get calloused up. So the continuity is important. If you think about it, we had these guys all spring, so they were able to learn the stuff we're doing. If you think back to last year, I can't imagine, that was a tough scenario, right? I mean, a lot of the dudes that were playing in the spring game then weren't here for summer. So it was like a summer fresh start. I can't imagine that. And I got here after that. So that part's good. I think there's also the chemistry and the continuity that you build. We're allowed as coaches to give them more messages. We had a message yesterday about if you want to change something about your life, you got to change something, and I think we can all relate to that. My message today was, hey guys, it's never going to get any better than this. You got a car to drive, a few bucks in your pocket, nice place to stay. You're doing exactly what you want in life in a beautiful setting with a lot of very talented people. My God, let's just go do it, and I think, so I guess my point being, you have a better chance to build the chemistry, you have a better chance to give them the positive messages, and you do it over a long period of time.
You mentioned not being able to change a lot last year. What are some of those things that you want to look different about the offense this season?
Well, I feel like we need to be able to run the ball, right? And when I say that, when teams maybe are thinking that we are going to run the ball, and then we need to protect the passer better, just generally speaking. That's just what I like to call common sense football, and then when you're throwing and catching, you want to do it at a high clip and complete passes. I think those are the important things. And then when you get in the red area, you want to score touchdowns. So, you want to do the first things first. You want to be able to control the line of scrimmage the way you want to, right? You want to try to create big plays because it's hard to go 5 yards at a clip, right? And then we as an offense are charged with scoring every time we take the field. So it's pretty simple, and the ball is oval shaped, full of air, made of leather, and we want to secure it collectively and advance it. It's pretty clear in my brain, right? and so that's what we're trying to do.
As you go through fall camp, what's kind of your agenda on your to-do list, like week by week?
Yeah, I think every day we have a, kind of a checklist of things that we're working on. Today we did a little move the ball in the red zone, which was good. But by the end of it, I think we want to make sure that they're learning the tactics, right? But ultimately, they want to just keep honing their skills and keep coming together as a team. So everything we do is really focused on that.
You talked about fresh starts. Do you personally, when you took this opportunity, did you think, hey man, everyone had a Broncos impression of me locally or this and that, I could prove them wrong or prove something different because this is a new chapter.
Well, I mean, we had made great strides at the Broncos, right? I don't even know the whatever. I mean, we made great strides and we were close, right? I think Teddy was 7-4 as a starter. He ended up getting hurt. It was, we had a chance at some point, right? We had a team that was on offense very young, right? You had a young quarterback that went in at the end, Drew, who's got a really bright future, right? And we battled through it. Unfortunately, we fell a little bit short, but that's kind of the way it is in that league. So, yeah, but a fresh start for sure. I mean, I was able to kind of go back and evaluate for myself the things over the years that worked, the things that didn't. I think that's the advantage of experience. And then you come to a new level. I mean, who knew that the journey would take me back to college, but what the heck, let's roll, and I think that's kind of the fun piece. I think we all grow, right? I think everybody writes better stories, right? Do better podcasts. Everybody gets better as they go through life, right? And that's part of the journey. And I'm just very thankful that I have an opportunity to do it here.
Do you believe in prove it years? Is it kind of a prove it all around?
I think everybody tries to prove it, every day. I mean, you're always trying to give great effort and do what you think is best. And as you've gone through life and you've tried things that didn't work, it helps you make better decisions as to what's best. And I don't know. Maybe it's the mountain air, but I just feel mentally much more clarity when it comes to that stuff.
What did you ask on quarterbacks? We know about Shurmur. How does Ryan and those other guys look as far as
Yeah. Well, we saw Ryan last year, obviously, against Utah, and I thought he had just shy of a winning performance, right? I thought he did a really nice job, and for some people, he was probably surprising. He did a great job, and I think that's continued. And then the guys behind him, Destin Wade has done a nice job. We have a young man here, a walk-on, Dominic Ponder's done a good job, Colton Allen, Walt. Those guys have all, they've done a good job, and they're getting better. The challenge this time of year is for the guys that aren't 1, 2, or 3. You can't get as many reps, unfortunately, but I think they're all doing a good job of developing.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Good.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, sir.
All right.